Way back in the days when Herb Tukey and Paul Snella bought the bar with Anne-Marie, that they created a real nexus of artistic activity in the Queen Spadina neighborhood.
You know how you sometimes talk about an idea and nothing ever happens? In this case, we talked about an idea, and the next thing you knew, we had this building.
We lucked into this place purely by chance. I mean, it was not a planned thing. None of us had any idea how to run a bar, and frankly, still don't. But anyway, we managed just to be able to listen to what people wanted, what they saw as a need, and provided them with a venue to do things.
And do things they did, as artists will, in their own unorthodox way.
I just thought that would be a good idea, you know?
I do try really hard to go with small companies, small businesses, and that's right from the bottom up.
Even push this to the point of putting out our own money. And we actually published out some $5 bills, which other people, other bars and restaurants and various merchants would take at face value.
Way back in the, this is like 20 years ago, when Deanne Taylor did her famous art versus art campaign, that Art Eglinton, the recently deposed Minister of Defense, at that time was the Mayor of Toronto, and the Art versus Art campaign was the headquarters, was the Cameron House.
We, first of all, invited 100 artists to come to a meeting and decide whether the Hummer Sisters should run for mayor. Everyone came in a room and everyone said yes. Painters, musicians, performers, writers, poets, everyone said absolutely, we'll perform, we'll paint, we'll make music. And that was the impetus behind the Hummer for Mayor campaign. It was really to galvanize the arts community into paying attention to, into caring about, focusing on local politics.
What began as an outrageous notion developed into one of the most profound civic actions in years.
24-hour mayor service.
I mean, they're resourceful, productive, creative people, and they saw a way to use this place themselves.
And that was the first major event that VideoCabaret did with the Cameron House. The Cameron House, it's hard to separate the two of them. Like, we've been like the resident theater company at the Cameron House now for over 20 years. We were able to develop the entire play cycle known as the Village of the Small Huts, the 12-part play cycle from Donnacona and Cartier up to the life and times of Brian Mulrooney, right here in this room, and then, of course, doing them downstairs. And a number of very topical cabarets about current events, that various political scandals, whether it was on a federal, provincial, or on a municipal level, would all be like satirized.
Michael Hollingsworth's doing a show in the back right now. It's like a 25-year project he's been doing about the history of Canada. It's 20 years upstairs. Yeah, exactly. Like 50 years from now, they'll be teaching him in schools.
Not only has the Cameron House been a venue for performance art and music, its wall space is coveted by artists, both new to the scene and the well-established.
I'm proud to say we're able to still draw a lot of OCA people, a lot of up-and-comer emerging, they like to be called emerging artists, and a friend of mine who's an older artist said, does that make me a submerging artist? But anyway.
Once a year, we are going to do this. This is the second annual. This year we called it Pop Goes the Cowboy. What I'm into more is kind of that 40s, 50s Hollywood fun, kind of the romance you have when you're a kid thinking, you know, when you're playing cowboys in your backyard, you know. I mean, that's what it is. So that's what the boots reflect, kind of just a kind of design, old vintage style design, and also in the making of them too. And then the paintings by Ed Adler out of New York City are also along that same, you know, they're pop art, cowboy pop art, and they're fun.
Most of our people who from 20 years ago have got careers now and they're 2.2 kids and what have you. But this also thrills me is the fact that, you know, that now and again, a couple of them will pop in to say hello, have a beer, chit-chat, and it's really nice that they maintain that sort of connection to the place.
The Cameron House is renowned for its dynamic range of activity.
It's very Jekyll Hyde here, very Jekyll Hyde. This is, early in the evening, that's Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde now about to walk through that door anymore. For the ultimate in theater is seeing people chucked out on Friday and Saturday night at 2 o'clock in the morning. That beats seeing any play you'll ever see in Toronto. This is a jumping joint. Like when one realizes that there is constant live entertainment from 7:30 in the evening to 2 o'clock in the morning, and on the weekends from like 4:30 in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the morning, and the various changeovers of your early entertainment, your mid-level entertainment, and of course you're from 10 o'clock on, let it all hang out. And that's happening a constant changeover. If anyone who hangs out here for, say, over an 8-hour period just sees what happens here on a daily basis, it's a remarkable range.
Now the Cameron has so many personalities and so much energy, and it comes from the artists living upstairs to the people performing in the back to the patrons that drink here. There is some sort of really beautiful energy in this building, and it makes people want to be here.